Happy Palm Sunday. You might have been thinking, why did we wave these palm branches around in church today? And what does it mean to when we wave these palm branches around? This has been one of the questions I've been chewing on this week. And I will say, when we wave those palm branches, we're remembering how Jesus entered into Jerusalem. The crowd there yelling and chanting, "Hosanna, save us." This was a moment where people from all over began to really understand who Jesus was. They got it right. They recognized Jesus as the true king. But it would have been difficult to recognize Jesus as that true king, especially when there was another procession that was happening. Pilate was coming in from the other side of town. There was a whole processional with Roman soldiers, horses, and a chariot. Meanwhile, Jesus is riding humbly on a donkey. People are yelling and putting their cloaks on the road, proclaiming Jesus as king. Well, eventually, these two bringers of peace would meet in Jerusalem at the city center. And when they did, violence happened. Jesus was betrayed by Judas, brought to trial, and the combination of Pilate and Herod, they flogged him. They brought him out to the people, and they allowed the crowd to decide what they would do with Jesus. And that crowd, the same crowd that chose to sing Hosanna, they chanted, "Crucify him." As I think about my place and your place in this story, I think we are a part of the crowd. We sometimes get it right, like they did, shouting Hosanna and waving palm branches. But we also get it wrong. And that is at the heart of why we need to celebrate Palm Sunday each and every year. We need to remember. We need to remember what Jesus did. Waving palm branches was a sign of victory. They were saying that Jesus had conquered something. Every time they waved the palm branch, they were shouting that Jesus conquered death when he raised Lazarus, that Jesus conquered the grave, that Jesus conquered demons when he cast them out, when he healed those who were sick, when he gave sight to the blind, when the deaf heard. That's what we're celebrating when we wave these palm branches. And we're reminded that Jesus is still doing this today. We're reminded when we celebrate Palm Sunday how we need Jesus to be acting this way in our lives. That's the hope that we celebrate on Palm Sunday.